Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice. So American Horror Story 1984 has been cray-cray up to this point. Shit has just been popping off left and right. So I decided to lay out a few theories that I have, and they are all based on the credits. We have seen a lot of 1980s slasher film tropes going on in the first 2 episodes of the season. There are some obvious ones and there are some not so obvious ones. With American Horror Story, you always gonna get some creepy, crazy twists throughout the season, and usually after the twist you realize the groundwork that was laid earlier on through clues, hints, and the subtlest of things. American Horror Story is really good about this, and the credits usually always have some hints, and I want to talk about the credits. So we know for sure they are definitely paying homage to 70s and 80s slasher films. Friday the 13th, Halloween, Sleepaway Camp, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm also getting some Evil Dead vibes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So I wanted to start analyzing the credits. The credits always have these clues. So there are some things on the credits, though, that just, to me, seem out of place. For one, this car. This car seems out of place, and immediately after seeing the car, a fast forward button appears on the screen. This immediately made me think of the DeLorean and Back to the Future. The DeLorean fast forwarding to the future. On my episode 1 breakdown, a lot of people had commented that they thought that time travel would play a part in things. So I looked for some time traveling clues, and I think I found a few. So Back to the Future came out in the 1980s, but it's not a scary movie. It's more of a sci-fi drama or comedy. But the concept of time travel was really big in the 1980s movies. You had Back to the Future, Somewhere in Time, The Philadelphia Experiment, The Navigators, Time Bandits, The Terminator, and that's not nearly all of them. Now, before we can go in depth into this theory, I'm just gonna let you know it's kind of wild. Most of the theories in this video are wild. So season 8 of American Horror Story, Apocalypse, ended with Mallory using time travel to kill Michael. Mallory reset the events that occurred after Mallory killed Michael. Mallory had went back to 2015 to kill Michael, and that caused the apocalypse to never happen. But by 2024, the Satanist cult is at Timothy and Emily's door, declaring their son the new Antichrist.
Darling, it seems Daddy didn't tell you the most important rule of bringing on the apocalypse. If you want to finish the job, the thing you have to do first is get rid of all the witches.
So the apocalypse would have been successful if not for Michael not killing the witches first. So there could be a Terminator situation going on.
Xavier and Montana met in traffic and dated for a hot second.
Met in traffic is a nice way of saying that I missed an audition for one of the last episodes of MASH because she rear-ended me.
Where the Terminator type character is going back to 1984 to kill the person who will give birth to Mallory. So Mallory won't be around to stop the new Antichrist. In the Terminator goes from 2029 to 1984 to kill Sarah Connor. He wants to kill Sarah Connor because one day she will give birth to the savior that will stop their evil plan. Also, from the future comes Kyle Reese, a soldier who's sent back to actually help Sarah Connor. So there could be some kind of time travel Terminator shit going on here that's connected to American Horror Story Apocalypse. I think those clips in the credits are way out of place. And just so happens, Billie Lourd's name happens to be the name that is shown by the car in the clip. And Billie Lourd played Mallory in American Horror Story Apocalypse. After the time jump, it looks like they are at the camp, either in 1970 or 1984. Then we see some more car imagery. Again, a car and an RPM dial going to the max. We know in Back to the Future, the RPM looks similar. You need to be rolling to be able to time travel, like on some serious GTA shit. I'm not sure if this is just a coincidence, but if you have anything to support this idea, let me know in the comments below. The next theory I wanted to talk about is also based on the credits. There are certain parts of the credits not only that seem out of place, but they also remind me of the credits of one of my favorite shows. In the credits, you see a sequence of different clips. I'll show them to you. There's a tape player, then what looks like an equalizer or some kind of listening device, an ear that has sound waves going into it, a tape spinning, some type of video equipment. Then there is this inside of the tape being spun around and jumbled up and later bloody. Now, this reminds me of some of the clips from the credits of one of my favorite shows of all time, The Wire. If you've never seen The Wire, you don't know what you're missing and you should be watching that. But basically, The Wire has a lot to do with surveillance. And initially, when 1984 was announced, I was talking to a friend and he thought it was going to be based off of the novel 1984. I've never read the novel 1984. From what I gather, it's a totalitarian society monitored by the thought police and Big Brother. All aspects of your life down to your thoughts are controlled and the government is shitty. I actually want to read it when I have time, but I don't have time right now. I'm busy. But anyway, in 1984, Big Brother shows up in the TV screens as a visage of a man. This is from the movie. This is how he shows up in the movie. But in the credits, there's Ronald Reagan. But there's also this visage or this digital image of a purple-faced man. Purple makes me think Outpost 3, Apocalypse, all the elites had to wear purple. So could this 1984 shit that's going on be some kind of experiment by the Cooperative? Could the Cooperative be a part of American Horror Story 1984 trying to do some surveillance type shit? Then there's also this idea that they could be in some kind of simulation or game. They do show a clip of what looks like a game. Honey, the amount of time I spent looking for what this game was ridiculous. But the closest game I found to it was Quantum. It's definitely not identical, and maybe it can't be for copyright reasons or because the game simply doesn't exist anymore. If this isn't Quantum, that's cool. What game is this? I have no idea. But if you look at the actual casing of the game, you will see all the triangles, the circles, and the square patterns and colors from the credits. This could be a hint at quantum physics and quantum mechanics. First of all, quantum mechanics is weird and I don't really want to talk about it. But some physicists believe that causation can run backwards in time as well as forwards. Basically, that the future can affect the past. There are all kinds of strangey McStrange shit going on with quantum theory, but basically, it's another hint at time travel. And possibly the campers of the future might be able to change the past. Meaning the campers of 1984 might be able to go back and save the campers of 1970. Or the triangles could just be Illuminati, aka the Cooperative. I know these theories are wild, but I like thinking outside the box and I like cracking the code. This is a game to me. But what do you think? I'm really interested to know what you think about these wild theories. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Sweet Summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.